Good morning, Jeffrey Paul. And I'm not live right at the moment on Facebook as I usually am every day, simply because I'm up in the mountains of Montana, and there's not really a great deal of ability to get that upload onto Facebook. But I wanted to take you outside and take a look at the beautiful horizon that they talk about in Montana, the skyline of skylines. It's just so beautiful and inspirational. And there was a question in this week's comments that really kind of stimulated me to share today's inspiration. It came from Renee, and Renee, thank you for your beautiful question of how do you recognize God's voice to lead you and to guide you and to protect you, as I taught yesterday. It's a good question. It's a real good question. It probably challenges most people on their spiritual walk each and every day. But let me share something with you that kind of may relate to you a little bit. You know, my wife is from Italy, the beautiful country of Sicily, down at the bottom of Italy. And she came over here, at an age that she was speaking Italian and spoke Italian when she was here with all the Italian relatives and friends that were around her. But as she began to learn English, the Italian was a little bit more challenging, a little bit forgotten. Then years go by, and she feels almost that she can't speak that language. She just can't really remember all the words and that type of thing. But when we go over to Italy, it's amazing how within a very short period of time of using, hear me now, using the language, that she picks it up to incredibly fluency, and she's able to communicate and she's able to understand with anybody that she's with. Well, it's very similar to the Spirit of God within you and hearing that voice. If you're not doing it every day, if you're not doing it throughout the day, often, that voice becomes unfamiliar, and all the other voices within you, the emotions, the fears, the anxieties, the doubts, the ego, the worry, all those begin to sound more familiar. But understand, and it's so well said in John 10, that you need to really practice hearing his voice. Now, you can read scripture and really tune it up, because that's where you'll find that sense of vocabulary of God that he uses. And so often, when he puts it into the intimacy of the voice within you and intimacy of your life, your circumstance, your personal situation, and guides you with that, it's amazing. It's absolutely out of this world. In fact, it is out of this world. It's in the spiritual realm. Excuse me. But I want to share this with you because what Renee said is some of all of our problems, because we get so busy, we get so noisy, and we lose that frequency of using and hearing and communicating with the inner voice of God within us. I want to challenge all of us each and every day, and I include myself with this because it's a daily challenge with all of the information highways flowing through our brains and our phones and our computers and in our conversations and everything else that goes on. It really is needed to hear his voice on a regular basis. You got to get every day up and start your day with the voice of God speaking within you. If you can't yet really hear it, and it's not an audible voice, I don't want you to start looking for audible voices. He could probably do that, but the general process is the whisper, the thoughts that flow through you that are the same thoughts that say, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make it. Oh my gosh, I'm late. Those are voices within our heads that we recognize because we listen to them all the time. But when God speaks, he brings peace and joy, and comfort and encouragement and strength, and it gives you a new life. But you need to do it right out of the box, right out of the bed, I should say, that you begin to listen to his voice about today. Today is going to be a beautiful day. And as you hear that, and you continue to maybe read the verses from the scriptures to recognize the things that he would say and how he's going to attach it to your life and to the intimacy of your life and what he's talking about when he's talking about your turning the other cheek, or he may be telling you to forgive your mother, forgive your brother, forgive your husband, forgive your child, whatever it might be. You'll recognize it's his voice. And as you act upon that voice, which is the next step, it becomes a life of strength and power that is absolutely incredible. So, a challenge to all of us, start to listen and hear that voice. Tune it up by reading your scriptures, reading inspirational things that have been tapped into scripture that is God's voice, and watch what happens within you. in regards to really begin, like Zeno when we go over to Italy, to tune up and bring the frequency of really the ability to hear the voice of God within you, protect you, guide you, lead you, encourage you, strengthen you, and tell you the things that you don't know but need to know. Have a beautiful day. I look forward to talking with you tomorrow.